There are 5 traditional career paths where you can make an unlimited upside of income. Now, you're not going to become a multimillionaire being a second grade teacher in downstate Illinois. That's the reality. But those 5 traditional career paths of law, medicine, IT, finance, and sales give you the potential of exceeding everyone else because there's no boss telling you you can't make more. You're either on commission or you generate more clients or hours or you do more work at a higher end level. Yes, we'll go through them quickly, but there's a sixth area where you can make unlimited upside, where it can turn a career into a business, a small business that can grow into a larger business where you can relax on your own private island while somebody else does all the work for you. So let's find out what those 5 main areas are and the 6th bonus area that's open to you. Hi, I'm James Callahan, and this is the Do-Over Show. And in my 30 plus years of career of trying to make a better living for myself and learning how to use my advanced degree, leveraging my skills, transferable skills, and turning it into something that is actually, generates the kind of income that I want. Yeah, it takes a little bit to realize what are those careers, because we can't live in the dream that we deserve to make more just for doing a thing that hundreds of thousands of other people are doing. We're a commodity at that point, and we're not going to make more because there's a cap or a limit or an upside. No one who works in, for example, higher education, unless you're a college president of a major university system, are ever going to make more than a couple $100,000 a year. And that's the elite. That's the 1%. Most people who work, for example, in higher education, who are professors, are going to make between $50, $80, and maybe $180,000 a year, depending on the college or university where they work. But most working in higher education, my background field, make less than $70,000 a year with a Ph.D. So there's obviously a cap or a limit on that. Why? Because there's a surplus of people who have PhDs who want to teach in higher education. We can be easily commoditized, and we're a dime a dozen, quite literally. So, okay, quickly, the 5 areas. I've done a video on those areas going into the numbers. You can check that video out here. But let's get through them, and that is law. Not just the average lawyer makes less than $100,000, but a partner or somebody who works high-profile cases or somebody who works on, ambulance chaser can work on those larger commissions, yes. But they usually leverage the work of others as partners in a law firm, and they turn it into a very lucrative, unlimited upside career. Now, the other one's medicine. Not all, but some within medicine are higher earners, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 or more. But most within the medical community make less than $200,000 a year. And if you're a nurse, you make just about $100,000 a year. Okay, then there's finance. You can work for one of the large banking houses, a trading group. You can turn it into something that is very lucrative, and you can make unlimited upside on commissions and annual bonuses. Next is IT. You get involved in a startup and you're one of the first employees and you develop things, you code, you work with a company, and you develop new opportunities, apps, for example, in IT, and there's unlimited upside. And the 5th area is sales. Now, it's not inside sales. Do you want fries with that, or do you want a grande or a venti? But it's outside sales where you're using a specialized degree in knowledge, engineering, tech, for example, electrical engineering, something like that, and you turn it into a very lucrative career. Those are the traditional 5. All of them require higher education, grad school maybe for some, and certifications, and they're very rigorous and difficult, and not as many people get involved in those things, and therefore they generate more unique, higher end income. What's the 6th area? Start your own business. Now, I'm not talking about being an entrepreneur. For most people, when you ask them, what do you want to be? I want to be an entrepreneur. What you really mean is I don't want accountability or transparency. I want to be able to be my own boss because I don't want somebody to tell me what to do. It's a personality fault, not a personality trait where you say, wow, that person's special. That person's not special. That person is lazy. Most people who are entrepreneurs don't understand the difference between what it is they do and how to turn it into a business, something that's turnkey that somebody else can do, or that you can get somebody else to do where you can retain ownership of the product. And that's where small business opportunity and unlimited upside are really found, in how to turn a product or a service into a turnkey business. Okay, let me give you a couple examples. So I have a friend who liked power washing, bought a power washer, cleaned off his sidewalk, said, wow, that's great. Neighbor saw it and said, hey, can you do mine? And he realized, wait a minute, I could do this. I really enjoy this. I enjoy standing there. Yeah, it's like that. And doing this. And so he decided he's going to form an LLC. He had a truck already, got a decal with the name of his business on it, He had to upgrade his power washer. He got some bonded, and he got bonded for a little insurance, protecting against a little mistake. And he went and he started to market this business, started doing it at nights and on weekends. And his business started to grow and he ran out of hours. So he decided, okay, I'm going to quit my regular job. It's a good job. But he wanted to be able to control his work. So he decided, I'm going to become a professional power washer. And then he ran out of hours again and he was capped. So how does he turn that into something that is actually a business rather than just providing a service? He needs to hire somebody else, several somebody else's. He needs to rent or buy other trucks, get more decals. He needs to bond them or to bond the business, and he needs to buy more power washers. Now, eventually he grew into a small business where he didn't have to go out in the field. He had 4 or 5 people driving around doing power washing for him. And he turned it into a business that he eventually turned around and sold to somebody else. And then he started another business. Actually went back to his previous job until he figured out what business he wanted to do. That's how you can turn a small business, a certification, something that you're interested in, into something that can actually be a service or a product that you turn into a business that you can sell or that you can just keep hold of and cash in on. Here's an example of a cash-in business. I had a friend, I used to teach tennis for a living, put myself through grad school doing it, loved doing it. He loved doing it. And then one day he came in and said, you know what, I'm going to start a lawn service business. I said, Scott, a lawn service business? Do you mow lawns? No, not really. I did it when I was growing up, but edging and gardening and landscaping and all that. And I'm going to remove snow in the winter. We live in a climate where it snows in the winter. Congratulations to us, right? So he said, I'm going to buy a truck with a plow, a nice mower, a couple pieces of equipment, blower, trimmer, edger, things like that, some shovels, rakes, and all that. Go to Home Depot and pick up the stuff I need to make it happen. And I'm going to start to market. I'm going to do this business myself. Today, the business generates more than $20 million of annual revenue. He still owns it, but he lives on his own private island somewhere. He has trucks all over the area doing snow removal in the winter, landscaping in the summer, cutting grass, aerating, you name it, he can do it. He's got a small complex, maintains a fleet of trucks, and he employs a couple hundred people. He still owns it, never sold it, generates income. Here's how he generates income. He cashes in the labor of others who work for him, and he takes the margin. He creates a margin, he pays them some, he always has a profit. And all of that profit aggregates to something that is very lucrative. So when you're looking ahead at your career and you say, I want to make more than the average person in a career, there are now 6 clear ways to make that happen. Now the traditional 5 require a higher education or advanced degree or very specialization. The 6th is an area that you can build yourself as long as you can turn a product or a service into a business that you could potentially sell to somebody else or generate income while you sleep or relax on your private island. There's your hint. There's a way of making unlimited upside in a field. Which one are you going to pick? Hey, and thanks for being part of the Do-Over Show. So while you're considering what you're going to do with your career to make unlimited upside, could you tap the like button because it really helps? Consider subscribing, and while you're down there, how about the notifications bell? Ring that bell so that you don't miss the next episode and some great ideas to turn your career into, I'm so glad you found me and I found you. Thanks.